morning to all of
We are
audience.
live, ma'am. Please start.
Very good morning to all of audience. Today is Panchami, the fifth day of worshipping. Goddess Skandamata is worshipped on the fifth day. She is worshipped as the mother who opens the door of salvation. The term Skandamata signifies that she is the mother of Lord Skanda also, known as Lord Kartikeya. Goddess Skandamata mounts on the ferocious lion. She carries baby Mugan with 6 faces on her lap. She is depicted with 4 hands. She carries lotus flowers in her upper 2 hands. She holds baby Skanda in one of her right hands and keeps the other right hand in Abhaya Mudra. She is just a minute. She is depicted with 4 hands. She carries lotus flower in her upper 2 hands. She holds baby Skanda in one of her right hands and keeps the other right hand in Abhaya Mudra. She sits on a lotus flower and because of goddesses Padmasana. Hence, the fifth day of Navratri is the day of goddesses Skandamata. Om Devi Skandamataye Namaha. I welcome to today's our eminent speaker, a businesswoman, Viju Bhatiya Bukate. Viju Bhatiya Bukate is an electronics engineer and masters in business management. Currently, the managing partner of Shri and Controls, the sales team across India and the factory in Surat. She has 2 decades of experience of sales and business development across India. Prior to her own business, she has worked in sales, product management, and business unit head in various Indian, American, and multinational companies. Her past experience had assignment of Asia, so has traveled extensively in Asia and done business with people of diverse background. In the first year of distributor of a major American company, her company won 3 awards for outstanding achievements, largest variant selling globally and joining $1 million club in 3 years. Her company is 25 crores and growing rapidly. She will be presenting on topic Feminism, a boon in entrepreneurship. Viju ma'am, we are very eager to listen to you and your experience. Corporate world. Over to you, Viju ma'am. Please bless us with your knowledge. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Indology Foundation, for giving this opportunity to speak on this subject. I would be sharing the presentation and well, happy Navratri to all the viewers. I would be speaking on feminism, a boon in entrepreneurship. To begin with, what is feminism? Feminism is about equality. It's about gender equality. It's not about anybody is superior. So it's about giving equal rights to a male and female. Uh, this can be achieved. This is what Ban Ki-moon has specified, that this can be achieved by engagement of everyone. All of us have to be included to get feminism. In India, we all feel that India is a developing country and we have a lot of rights for women. We all know about many rights. We have rights against domestic violence. We have rights against property inheritation. So the law has given us complete freedom for all these aspects. But it is upon the women, it is upon us to exercise those rights. As Malala says, we cannot succeed when half of us are held back. So, my further presentation would be focusing on, and it's a motive to inspire women. So, for the male viewers, please do not feel it is not an intention, it is just an exclusion. Thank you. A woman. Now, who is she? She takes care of the finances of the family, she takes care of the relationship, she takes care of the well being, she takes care of her children. She's a PR manager, public relation manager. She ensures that everybody in her family are represented and respected on social and family occasions. She definitely also takes care of herself, and she projects herself as a confident woman to the world. Obviously, she takes care of the housekeeping, cooking, or supervising the domestic helps. Now, all this actually means a lot of management. Trust me, uh, a homemaker does and manages her home very well. So she does a lot of management. She takes care of the inventory management. You won't see an Indian household where there is no sugar or no milk. So definitely inventory management is taken care of. She manages all these things perfectly well. So there are a lot of management principles which actually go into running a household, and especially an Indian household which has gotten innumerable types of spices, uh, ingredients, a vast variety of ingredients. So she definitely knows these things, and it has been they have been watching it from childhood. So since then, it has been incorporated into them, and this management is what is extremely important. What is she? What are her traits? She's assertive. She agrees to imperfection. Now, uh, I agree. All the parents in the viewers, the group, will agree that as parents, we understand how imperfect we are. So this is a natural process. The natural process is teaching us imperfection, empathy. Oh, as a female, you definitely have a lot of empathy towards Mother Nature, towards your children, towards. Uh, it's inherent. It's an inherent quality which makes us females passionate. Yes, certainly. Trust me, running a household for years itself needs a lot of passion. So there is a passion. Passionate is one of the traits. Courage, gratitude, power. It also takes a lot, tremendous power to give birth to a child. So that power is also God given and inherent. Apart from that, she also knows which role has to be active or which role has to be dormant and when. When she's pregnant for 9 months, she knows that she doesn't have to be very powerful, and she knows she has to be docile in physical activities. When her child is in trouble, she knows to use that courage to the maximum. As Vaishali just said about Skanda Mata, how powerful she is and how she's taking in one arm her child and sitting on the lion. That itself needs a lot of courage and power. Now, what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is building a process, designing it, launching it, and running a new business. Trust me, this is much more easier with technology and digitalization. This is not an for the non business oriented people. Earlier, there were very difficulties. We used to go through a lot of approvals in the excise era. With GST, things have been easy. So, it is not very difficult to start a own company. So, yes, but it needs a lot of things together. That's what is eased with technology and digitization. What are the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur? Curiosity. If you do not have curiosity, you need to ask why. Well, that curiosity is developed in all of us as children. That's how we are seekers and we learn the world, we explore the world. So, curiosity is one of the prime important factors because that will lead you towards being a successful entrepreneur? Structured experimentation. You got to you got to have some imagination, and with that imagination, some experimentation. Like, oh, this is how it would run, and got to do some structured experimentation. How would the import of goods happen? How would the trading happen? How would you make a chemical formula? So all those things. Or if you are into manufacturing, how would the manufacturing take place? How will the goods arrive? Transportation. Just have to experiment. Adaptability. That's a very, very important aspect. Especially now, adaptability is true, especially in the COVID times. We all had to learn to be adaptable. We we were all not meeting face to face. We had to completely adapt to the digital era of uh, not physical meetings, but meetings people online, meeting our clients online, meeting consultants online. So things, everything moved from physical world to online world, and yet we had to do physical movement of goods. So adaptability was a very key, especially in this COVID times. And as it is, adaptability is a very important aspect. Decisiveness. Oh, yes, definitely. When you are speaking of an entrepreneur, the decision making has to happen very rapidly. And uh, there is a number of things in a day which you have to take decisions. You have to take tough decisions at times where your company's profit is at stake, because what is important to you, your belief systems. What are your commitment to the customers? Is your trust with the customers more important than your profit? You have to take those tough calls. So yes, that's a very important thing. Team building. Team building is extremely significant as you grow ahead in the organization. As your organization grows bigger, the team, maintaining a good spirit between the team and having a strong team. It's said you're as tall as your team. So that's very important factor. Risk tolerance. Yes, got to take risks. This undoubtedly, it goes without saying. There are a lot of risks coming in when you take decisions and go through it. You have to be comfortable with failure. There's a sense that you got to adapt that you are going to fail at some point of time. So you have to take your lessons and go ahead. Persistence. Oh, that's a very important quality. You have to be persistent with your customers. You have to be persistent many a times to gain new customers. uh, with whatever you're trying to pursue in your probably if you're trying to run a patent or you're trying to run some experiment, you have to continuously fail innumerable times but still be persistent upon it. Innovation, certainly a very important quality. This innovation is what will keep the organization, the company running. And there has to be a long term focus, because uh, as just now I said, the COVID period has brought in so much of uh, uh, online stuff. So the adaptation and a long term focus, that how are we going to get in the next decade, this is important. Now if you look at the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur, and if you look at the traits of a female, I'm sure you can see some resemblance, right? Many of the things did do match. So what I'm saying is, these earlier traits and this is going together. They are not parallel lines. They do match together. So what I mean to say is, women are natural entrepreneurs. Yes, I again repeat, women are natural entrepreneurs. There are many, many things which they are unknowingly doing every day, every part of their life, and that is bringing them all these factors of risk taking appetite, taking decisions, team building. They do imbibe the family together. So that is what they have to do when they have to build a team. So with all these measures, All these traits of women, they are natural entrepreneurs. I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress which women have achieved. Absolutely true. It derives how much the community has achieved. You can see a lot of communities in India which have gone up because of the feminist nature. That's very important. Selling is not a pushy, winner takes all macho act. It is an empathy led, process driven, and knowledge intensive discipline. Because in the end, you buy from people. So when it comes to people, there is a lot of empathy, there is a lot of connect, there is a lot of emotional. Uh, these days, a buzzword going on in the corporate world or in the business world is emotional intelligence. So emotion, that is very important, which I guess we all have it. Factors which women seem to think, they generally don't think about making money. They think about it either. There's some push factors. When there is a death of a breadwinner, it's unfortunate, but they have to look out in the world and fend for themselves. Have to fend for themselves. So that is the time when pushes them. The situation pushes them to become the breadwinner. Permanent inadequacy in income of the family. Somebody has lost the job, spouse has lost the job, some some health problems, health issues. So that is another, some fall. This is where they are pushed to a situation. It's the circumstances which are pushing them to this situation. Then there are other pull factors. The pull factors are a need and perception of women's liberalization. The the gain of recognition. When you work in a corporate or in a company, in a Indian company, in American company, in any organization, uh, you actually work for your boss, and there are a lot of things which you may not agree. You have to comply to it. You have to. There is no choice. You uh, you are in the part of the compliance, and you have to comply with those set of norms. You may or may not agree. So that is one of the reasons where they women would like to have that sense of purpose. So they want to have equal independence, become their own boss. So this is one of the pull factors which pulls them to entrepreneurship. Which are the motivating factors which influence the women entrepreneurs? This recognition. Certainly, there is a sense of recognition which comes in from all the stratas of the society, be it your customers, your vendors, your family, your society. So yes, there is a recognition. The influence. Uh, it's like when there is a when there is a positive atmosphere on a person. Financially, the person is independent. She's able to hire another people. That does matter and influence in the society. There are there are also much internal factors which motivate her. It include creativity, respect, and happiness of other people. And you will be amazed to know that profit is not a true motivation. It is not a true motivation. It's generally the sense of purpose. It's creating a creating a company. That's the major thing. The real motivation for people is to create and sell popular products. It's not money, but the interest you have in that subject. What are the reasons for entrepreneurship? You can see in this pie chart most of the reasons here. You can see it's the scope to work in a more creative environment. This is what people who have worked with other companies, they realize that they are not letting you be that creative, so they feel that urge. Had an idea that needed to be taken in the market, preferred to be my own boss, desire for better work personal balance. Oh, This is really India Inc. today is going way beyond 8, 10, 12 hours. So when you choose to be self-employed, then there are a lot of advantages which you can give to yourself. You can work flexi hours. Not only that, you can also give that to your team because that is what is important to you. Felt entrepreneurship would be more financially rewarding. That's only 7% of the people who went to become entrepreneurs. And there are other reasons. What do women need to start a business? But there are many social conditions. I haven't spelled them out. Uh, there is a lot of support, definitely, which you need from close friends, your family, and husband. Uh, we as a society do not give that respect to a business, to an entrepreneur. We are more, as a society, we tend to be less risk taking and more comfortable in a comfort zone. We are, it's like congratulating people when they work for Google, Amazon, or those biggie names. But when it comes to people, startups, we're not very, we don't appreciate as a community, as a society, which also discourages definitely women to get into it. And that's us. We can definitely change it. Then there is the inner support group. Social conditions become the more distant factors, and support group is a more closer factor. So if the support group is strong, definitely the lady would cross across those barriers. We have many of our role models which are there in the industry who have come up. We have an ample amount of people, ample women who are there who have come up with these exemplary examples for us to look at. This lady here is one of the women who got a funding of about $1 billion. She's a co-founder of the online marketplace Shop Clues, uh, with a lot of internet entrepreneurship. What I mean by internet entrepreneurship is uh, you can have a lot of businesses on the net. So that makes it very easier for the rather than a physical product. So that's software, IT. That's all about. This lady here worked as an investment banker, and she started her company in Nika, which is into cosmetic and wellness. These are extremely good examples for us where we have worked. This is senior lady Vandana Luthra, started BLCC. We all are aware of this name, and she's won a Padma Shri in 2013. So Indian women doing it. And I'm a part of 6,000 professionals. She's not only has she started the company, won the government. She's one of a major exporter. Her products are exported in about 13 countries. So not only has she earned foreign revenue for the nation, she has also employed 6,000 professionals. So that itself is a big take for the. Yes, this is Kiran Mazumdar Shah. I think we all have known this lady. She's a Biocon managing director. She started this company in Bangalore in her rented house, garage of a rented house, with a capital of 10,000 rupees. Today, I think she's one of the richest women in India, and she's. They are also honored with uh, doing creating the COVID vaccine for India. So Biocon is one of the companies who's making these COVID vaccines. So there's so much they could. Biocon is huge. This is what these women have done. We have numerous role models. I've just picked four, and many in the field of medicine, in the field of agriculture. lot of women. These are some of the stats which I would like to emphasize, and you would like to know about the for the women entrepreneurs in India. Out of the 58.5 million entrepreneurs, nearly 14% are women. This is not bad as a number. The global number is 33%, and US is about 42%. UK is somewhere about 36%. So we have a way to go. We can improve a lot here, and this is not only what it can do. It can do a lot of. The further report will show you. The stats will show you. Indian women-owned businesses provide employment for 13.45 million people. That's a lot of big number for our populated country. So that's what we can do. About one third of women, Indian women entrepreneurs work in the agriculture sector, followed by manufacturing and retail trade. In 2017, only 2% of startup funding went to a woman founder. Way low. We can do a lot of things here. The top 10 fundraisers of 2017 added up to 8.5 billion. The top 10 fund raised by female-led startup was only 136 billion. This is a rapid gap. A 2015 study by McKinsey Global Institute shows India's GDP could rise somewhere between 16 to 60% by 2025 if women participated equally with men in the economy. Projections show that this could mean a whooping $2.9 trillion added to the economy. This is something great which the women can add up in the Indian economy. This is a huge number. 30% of India's workforce is female, although 51% of entry level jobs in India's IT and BPM industries are women, indicating that women are leaving at junior and mid levels. I wonder why. It's majoritarily because of a patriarchy society, or unfortunately, there is lack of support in the family. Could be. It is not the support system. It is each individual female, each individual woman who has to understand that she has to be economically independent. The moment she quits and she becomes, she does not have economy, it not only bothers as a family, it does bother to the nation. So please understand that there is a more larger picture to it than just being you independent. And it happens to a lot of women, and it's very good that after the childbirth, after they take care of the child for a few years, they decide of a comeback, and that comeback is very good. That's a very good point which they have been doing now. It's okay to give your children a few years and then come back. Yes, that is very good. Yeah, this is what I mentioned earlier. Radhika Agrawal of e-commerce marketplace Shopclues was the first co-founder of a $1 billion company. So, yes, now the youngest entrepreneur is a 21-year-old girl. So yes, women are coming up. What I'm trying to say is that the regular traits a female by herself itself has got so much of management and so many inherent qualities which probably she is not even aware of. Those qualities are very, very closely related to being an entrepreneur. So these two gel well. they go well together. The entire My entire presentation has been trying to focus that the regular qualities itself are a boon in the entrepreneur world, in the business world. Taking decisions, managing time, managing money, managing inventory. This is all about it, which women are regularly doing in their profiles, in their homes regularly. I would like to say that there is no chance for the welfare of the world unless the women in the country, the state of the women is improved. It is not possible for a bird to fly only on one wing. This is what Swami Vivekananda said. I would like to emphasize on this point that women have those natural inherent points with them. The qualities are already built in them. They just have to unleash those qualities. They have to make sure that are these qualities are taken care of. They are just unleashed. They are being utilized in a proper form. They are they are being used up. They are used up for the betterment of the family, betterment of the nation. This is extremely good qualities which a woman is gifted with. I would request all the women around to please use these qualities and make sure that we utilize these qualities for the well being of not only our families. What happens is when you give appropriate time to when you are more economically independent, you have you have the chance to raise the kids. There is better quality education which you can give to them. Not only that, when you come across all these points, there is a better you. Definitely, you become much better, and that better you can bring in much more better qualities as a mother, as a teacher in you, to give it to your children, to give it to your family. These qualities are there, they are already inherent in you. So these just have to be unleashed. It is the power is there already. It is there in you. God has given us the power to have bear children. That itself is a extremely daring power which women can come up with, which they can come up with. So please use these powers. Use what you have. You need only to build up some kind of confidence. You have to have some. We also know a lot of women. We can see around in the environment. We see some uh, old lady because of the lack of uh, lack of income in the family. She's been pushed to make some money, and you can see some small uh, trying to sell some street snacks. Yes, they are doing it. They have the power to do it. So it is just that needs to be unleashed. And why only in a bad circumstance? Uh, it can have good motives when there is the Indian women in the corporate world. They can definitely, many are coming up. Many are coming up. There's no doubt in it. The ratio is increasing. The numbers are increasing. That once that comes up, the you can see the exponential growth in not only the family, there is an exponential growth in the national economy as well. Moreover, aren't you giving so much of employment around your people? and those people are living a healthy life, less stressful life, because that's what, if you believe in whatever are your belief systems, you might believe in a proper timing, or you might not stress them out. Generally women are empathetic towards all creatures, all fellow human beings. So you're definitely going to be empathetic towards them, ambitious yet empathetic. So the ambition is there, the drive is there. Then there is also empathy, which which is very important, which should not be which should be covered and which should be emphasized. That empathy is important. Now when we do video sessions in the COVID environment, there are a lot of children in the families. We all know everybody is working from home. So there are a lot of children who are crying. We have to make sure that it's okay. There are a lot of senior citizens who interrupt during our webinars, during our sales meets. Our That's okay. It's okay. That that empathy goes a long way for an employee. The health of the employees, the mental health of the employees, it matters a lot. The moment organization is run by female, there is a lot of empathy in it. Trust me, the entire team is bonded so well. It's like a small family. It's like a child which she has created, and that child is the company, and she runs the organization, that company, with complete dedication, with complete passion, and with lots of empathy. That empathetic approach brings in a very healthy, a very passionate team, and that team can do wonders. That team can keep going for better, keep roaring, keep going for better heights. It keeps getting better and better. This is what I would urge all the women around who have the experience, who have the power, to please unleash these potential in you and look into being an entrepreneur. Being your own boss does matter. It's a sense of purpose. It's a sense of accomplishment which you achieve. That achievement is not only limited to one family. As the organization, as the company grows, that is passed on to multiple families. Isn't this thought a very accomplished thought, that the people in your team are healthy, they're not stressed out, they are they are not suffering from any medical problems, they're not pushed to the core, they're not committing suicide. So you're giving them an extremely good environment. They're not fired as well. So, you're ensuring that it's win-win for both the parties. You, as a business owner, is able to get what you expect from them, and they, as employees, are able to deliver in a in an every person would like to deliver in a nice environment. So they are growing. You're even grooming them. So I guess this is a very good sense of accomplishment which happens in the women once they take up this career. I would say all the young women, please think about it and urge to the men folk, to please give equal rights to them. And you see, they can do a lot of wonders, not only in the household, but they can also do it for the family, for the society, and for the nation as whole. These are extremely important things for us as a society. Because when we empower women to take decisions, to be economically independent, this helps the entire society on the whole, which is what all these wise men have kept saying. They have said it with a purpose. It's very true. You can't fly with one wing. You fall apart. So these things are extremely important. There's a better half, and the moment the better half is emphasized, is nurtured, is supported, you can see the wonders which the female can do. There is Navratri is all about celebrating the goddess, the female goddess. You can see how fierce these goddesses are, how fierce they are, how they are extremely powerful yet empathetic. The, the empathy is never missing from them. The motherhood is there. Still the might to save the child from the enemies or from the animals. This is always been inherent. It has been a quality which is there in women. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to explain the qualities of women inherent and the qualities of an entrepreneur. And there is a lot of correlation between them. This correlation can be a good help, a win-win for the women in the society and for the business world. This this can unleash the the power which is there, which has been there in centuries with the women. And this correlation will not only help the immediate family, it will help the immediate society, it will help create a lot of employment. That is what is extremely necessary in today's world. Uh, we as a society have to also adapt and give treat, I would not say more, at least equal respect to an entrepreneur than a, a high profile working executive. So that also is owned, that onus is on the society. That once these things improve, I'm sure there is no looking back. There is certainly no looking back on this subject. I would be very, very happy to say that these numbers are growing by the day, are growing regularly. And the major hurdle when it comes to starting up an organization is finance. People are mostly to start a company, people use their own personal funds. That is not necessary. There are many avenues which they are not aware of. Finance is available. You have to reach out to people. Reach out to people, and there are many avenues where finance can be arranged. So, with with all these factors, it's just generally the hurdle is finance. People have ideas, they have the confidence, they have thought about a work plan, they are creative, they have imagined about it, they are passionate towards it. The major hurdle is finance. So when finance comes in, that is a hurdle which can be easily crossed. This hurdle can be crossed, and we can cross this barrier through many other ways. There's crowdfunding, there are many other ways. We can reach out to people. And in today's world, reaching out to people is not very difficult. We have social media, we have internet, there's a lot of things can be done. Trust me, there are many avenues, many facilities for women. A lot of banks are offering loans for women without even collateral. So there are extreme lots and lots of facilities available. You just have to reach out, just have to start. Well, easier said than done. This is what I would like to emphasize, that and urge that get into it. The moment you get into it, you will cross those hurdles and you will come up very victorious and successful. Thank you. I would also like to thank Ms. Vaishali Chavan for giving this opportunity. She's been my college mate and classmate, and we know each other since 30 years. She's an inherent part of the Indology Foundation. So thank you, Indology Foundation, and thank you, Vaishali, for giving me this opportunity on the auspicious days of Navratri to speak up about empowerment of women through business. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Viju. Thank you, Viju. Thank you very much to acknowledge me. I thanks to Indology Foundation to giving me this really a great honor to me. Thanks to Viju ma'am to enlighten us how woman is capable and confident in every sector. How she elaborated beautifully the role and importance of housewife. Characteristics of successful entrepreneur. The fast decision making, how it is important. Risk factor, how to be failure. We have to take failure gracefully, learn from it, and we should go ahead. How it will help to go next decade is very important. Thanks a lot for these points. How women are naturally entrepreneurs is really inspiring, and I'm sure women will learn and get inspired by your talk. By giving examples of successful women, it just a lot help. No, the youngest woman is 21 years old. Just pleased us. It's fantastic. Thanks for such an outstanding presentation with the finest photos. I'm sure Foundation, SNDT, and CNY and our audience get inspired, including myself. Learned a lot how we can take our forum at high level and how to grow. Thanks a lot for that. You taught us extremely, really. Thank you, Viju. Thanks for your outstanding speech. I thanks to SNDT and Sinhagar Institute for this collaboration and active part in these Navratri talks. They really did well. It is my now my it is appeal to audience to please like and subscribe our YouTube channels, follow us on Twitters, like Facebook and Instagram, and in the evening session, join us in the evening at 7 to 8:30. Our honorable speaker, Lieutenant Dr. P. Karpagarwalli. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing right. Assistant Professor Sri GVG Visalakshmi Tripura, and Dr. Meena Kute, ma'am, Principal SNDT Women College. These both speakers will elaborate us on two different subjects. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Viju. Thanks, audience. Thanks, Viju. Thanks a lot. I think session is over.